Hello, my interesting friends. Welcome back. I'm sorry, but I'm just too lazy for any kind of viral ideas, so get straight to the point. Today, we're gonna talk about the antibodies. Probably we have already heard someone say some things about the antibodies this, antibodies that, and the vaccine can increase the antibodies in our body and can help us protect from the infection. But have you ever wondered how they are made or the mechanism by which they use to handle the germs? They neither just can shake the bacteria in or kindly ask them to move away, or they just can punch and shout at the virus so they will be freaked out and they make their own way out of body. They're not gonna do that. So if you're having these kind of questions like I did, let's discover what's going on here. So the story starts when we have some virus or bacteria coming into our body. It will be eaten by some macrophage and broken down to many pieces, including a part of its surrounding, the antigen. The antigen can be the bacterial toxin or also included in the content of the vaccines. The antigen will be brought to the bone marrow, where there are main cells responsible for the antibodies production, the B cells. And there are many B cells in a bone marrow, and each of them has a specific receptor on its surface with a unique specificity. Yes, they are also the one that will be secreted later as the antibodies. These receptors work like a lock and key mechanisms. We have a routish, the square, the triangular lock here, and they only interact with the same key type. In this case, as we already mentioned, the keys are the antigen, which can be the bacteria, a virus particle, or even toxin circulating in our body or brought here by other cells. The interaction with that specific antigen make that B lymphocyte or the B cell the chosen one. He will be given the power to multiply in a huge number and mature into a plasma cells, which the specific receptor expressing on their surface. The cool thing to know that is the potential of antibodies secreting is the built-in function of our body, so it's not brought about by the bacteria or the vaccine. The interaction with the pathogen particle just amplified the chosen B cells for making that appropriate antibodies. After these B cells grows and matures into the plasma cells, they leave the bone marrows and start secreting the antibodies in the circulations as shown here. Nice, so we have the antibodies here. So now let's see what it will do to help us prevent the infection. They're based on the two main mechanisms, direct and indirect one. The first direct function is the neutralization. They're floating around seeking for the suitable bacteria and virus with that target antigen and bind on them. Talking about the infection, if the bacteria or virus want to invade into one cell or if they want to stick on the cell surface, they need to present a specific antigen or the ticket for the receptor or the ticket checker of that cells. But if the antigen is already bound to an antibody, they can't interact with the receptor and the virus can't enter the cells. And the second direct function is the formation of the immune complex. This complex here, with the interaction of antibodies and antigen, is similar to an alarming signal that keeps ringing to let all the cells know that they have already captured an enemy. Let's come to execute him. So from here, its indirect functions against the infection can be shown. First, we have the opsonization. It's mark the bacteria and bring it toward the professional phagocytic cells. These cells has a function to eat and degrade the bacteria and virus. This one is somehow similar to the eating Pac-Man shape cells as we have already seen at the beginning, but with the help of the antibodies, it is more effective and specific. And the second indirect function is that if the pathogen is too big, for example, we have the infection of a kind of like parasitic worms, they can call for help of other cells, including the neutrophils, and they will get rid of that worms by injecting a toxic directly on the surface of the parasite. Okay, so to sum this up, the antibodies is produced by the mature B cells after its interaction with the pathogens. And after it released, the antibodies can bind directly to pathogens to neutralize it, make it not harmful anymore, or it acts as an intermediate to facilitate the degradation of the pathogens. And the recognition and attacking should be responsive, as we don't want the pathogens to freely invade our body, but also we don't want it to be attacking every damn thing they see, because it's not very good idea at all. Actually, the condition where it attack our own bodies are not very rare, and it usually causes some kind of like autoimmune disease. And that's pretty much for today. Hope you guys find something useful and have a nice day. See you in the next video.